Good morning, students. I welcome you all for the online class of economics. Today we will be going to continue the theory of demand chapter. In that yesterday I explained to you the functions of demand and its determinants in individual as well as in the market demand schedule, and then I proceeded with some of the exceptions which do not follow the law of demand. The law of demand, once again I want to remind you, the law of demand states that when someone purchases when the price of the goods increases, the demand falls down, and when the price decreases, the demand increases. What we have seen, there are two opposite relationship between the two things. That is the inverse relationship between the own price of the commodity and the quantity demanded. So this law states that it is known as law of demand. So a law of demand is the relationship between the own price of the commodity and the demand, which shows that when the prices of the goods increases, demand falls down, and when the prices of the goods decreases, the demand increases. Now, articles of distinction, when we will be learning, according to Professor Veblen, there are certain goods which command social distinction. Veblen called them as articles of social distinction. These articles are demanded only because their prices are very high. As I had already introduced to you, that articles of distinctions are some of the goods to them which are having a different image in the society. These articles are demanded only because their prices are very high. When the prices will go high, demand will be increasing. Like mobile phones, people are not able to afford the high price mobile, but still they believe that mobiles which are costly will be having more features, advanced thing, what the low budget mobiles are not having. So as the price will be increasing, the demand for mobile phones increases. Same way, the luxurious cars which are there, like BMW car, these cars, and many different companies are there. Apple company is there. Those who are having a desire of this type of products, definitely when the price will be increasing, they will be ready to demand for these types of goods as per the income. So these type of things are there, that is considered as articles of distinction, even the gold and the diamond. Giffen goods, when we talk student, giffen goods are highly inferior goods showing a very high negative income effect. As a result, when price of such commodities falls, then demand also falls. Even when they happen to be relatively cheaper than other goods, this is popularly known as Giffen paradox. Okay, when consumers judge quality of a commodity by its price, the law of demand is violated when consumers judge the quality of a commodity by price. The emerging trend to buy organic farm products explain the phenomena. Perhaps it is owing to a huge price difference between organic and non-organic products in the market. The richer sections of the society consider organic product as of very high quality. Accordingly, quantity demanded of these products has tended to rise even when their price extremely high. So when consumers judge quality of a product by its price, it says that the law of demand is violated when consumers judge the quality of a product by the price. Some of the time they want highly quality, like nowadays a trend is there, organic product they want. For that, organic production has been increased, and for the increase in the production of organic, the things are costlier. Because of that, the product cost is also costly, but still people don't want to compromise with the quality of the product, and they just go with the organic products by paying high price. So these are the things which are against the law of demand. Given goods, I said this, there are some types of inferior as well as superior goods. When income of the people increases, they shift the demand from inferior. It means the inferior goods quality, instead of increasing, the demand decreases, and the shift to superior quality goods. Demand curve slopes upward, and when law of demand fails. When law of demand fails, the demand curve does not slope downward, instead slope upward. As in figure number 4, when price increases from OP1 to OP2, demand extends from OQ1 to OQ2. Conversely, when price decreases from OP1 to OP2 to OP1, demand shrinks from OQ2 to OQ1. As this, what is I had explained to you, let us see. See here students, this data, first of all I will be telling this data is not there. If I will be providing you the data, then also no issue is there. If 1, 2, 3, this is 3 and this is 4. Okay, here also I will point 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now it is easy. Scale I had drawn here in your graph. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is the initial point. You can say the scale is of 1 to 3, one number difference, the scale has been drawn. And after drawing this, what we see there, when the price of the product was P1, that is rupees 3, the quantity demanded Q1, that is, here you can see this square has been made, has been that when the price 1 was 3, quantity 1 demanded also 3. When the price goes 4, that gone 4, that then demand also, quantity demanded is also 4. Okay, when price is 4, the quantity demanded 4. What we are observing there, this is a P2 and Q2, so it means Q2 came after Q1, na? So what we have observed from this, that when the price increase, quantity also increasing. When it happens, when the law of demand fails, this graph will be drawn, and this point of intersection, contradictions, locus or point, it is connected likewise here. From 0 it will be going upward. What you are seeing there, from P1 to P1, so it is going upward. So demand is, instead of falling down, what is happening, demand is going up. So it is flowing in upward direction. Now you understand, it is flowing in upward direction. So this is the when demand fails. Derivation of law of demand from the consumer's equilibrium equation, one commodity case. The consumer strikes his equilibrium when MUX divided by, we have learnt in the third chapter, MUX divided by PX, that is marginal utility derived from product X divided by price of X equals to marginal utility of money, worth of a rupee. Okay. As yesterday I explained very clearly to you people, that worth of a rupee is different for different people. A 100 rupee note only, if we will see, it is having very important value in the poor people's life, but for medium income group it is only just a currency, it is having somewhat important, and the rich income group 100 rupees is nothing, because they in their daily life they are spending money of thousands and thousand rupees. For them the 100 rupees is not having such much that much importance as the poor people are having. I am just saying it is not like that they are not having the value of 100 rupees, but what the importance the 100 rupees note is for the poor people, that much importance is not given by middle and the poor rich income group people, because their consumption is involved that 100 rupees daily. So because of that, what we want to say, that whatever worth of a rupee you are having, it must complete your satisfaction level, that is marginal utility, and and it will be satisfied with the help of the price of the product, because price of the product plays a very important role. That way, by knowing the price of the product only, we will be able to purchase the product, we will be able to pay our income. This induces the consumer to buy more of a commodity X when MUX divided by PX greater than MUM is there. What we will do, we will purchase more of commodity X, because worth of a rupee is less. Higher consumption of commodity X will lead to a fall in MUX according to the law of diminishing marginal utility, which we have learned. Law of diminishing marginal utility, once again I want to remind, law of diminishing marginal utility states that when the particular consumer start consuming the same goods regularly, a day will come when the consumer will get fully satisfied and don't want to consume more the same goods. There we will see the decline in the product consumption, and the situation will come, it will be zero also. Complete satisfaction will over and the consumption will be zero. So that is the point that states that law of diminishing marginal utility. As more the goods we use, it satisfaction level gets over from our from our mind. So that is a relationship. Now derivation of law of demand from the consumer's equilibrium equation. When we see two commodity case, the consumer strike his equilibrium when two commodity X and Y, the two commodity MUX divided by PY equals to MUY divided by PY equals to MUM. In case PX falls, MUX divided by PX greater than MUY divided by PY. This implied that a rupee worth of satisfaction in case of goods X is greater than the rupee worth of satisfaction in case of goods Y. Accordingly, the consumer should be prompted to spend more on X and less on Y, its money income remaining constant. Thus, quantity demanded of commodity X would increase in response to a fall in the price of X. This is what the law of demand states. Derivation of law of demand from the law of diminishing marginal utility. If we say derivation of law of demand from the law of diminishing marginal utility is explained with reference to the following point: the law of diminishing marginal utility and law of demand. How you are saying? How you will be saying there? You can see the marginal utility derived from that particular products. What it is showing there, quantity is increasing as the price is decreasing. Okay, and the situation will come, it will be 0. The explanation is based on the assumption that 1 rupee equals to 1 unit of utility. Okay, and so that in the equilibrium MUX equals to PX. MUX curves demonstrate the law of diminishing marginal utility when 1 unit is consumed per purchase price is rupees 40. It continued to diminish as more and more units of commodity X are consumed purchase. Since we have assumed 1 util of utility equals to 1 rupee, 40 utils can be taken as equal to 40 rupees. 30 utils equals to 30 rupees has 1 util equals to 1 rupee. So 40 rupees equals to how much utility? 40 utility. 30 rupees equals to how much? 30 utility. And so on. Thus figure 5.b demonstrates that when Px equals to 40, Qx was 1. When Px equals to 30, Qx equals to 2, and so on. Thus, the law of demand is derived from the law of diminishing marginal utility. More is purchased in response to a fall in own price of the commodity, because fall in price encourages people to purchase more the product, proportionally linked with fall in marginal utility. Definitely MUX will be falling down. As the quantity consumption increases now, MUX will start declining from 1 by 1, because as I already said, according to law of diminishing marginal utility, it states as the consumption level increases, the utility derived from the marginal utility will be falling down. Movements along a demand curve and shift in demand curve. When we see movements along a demand curve refers to moving up and down, up or down the demand curve. When we move both down the curve, it is a situation of extension of demand, buying more in response to decrease in own price of the commodity. When we move up in the curve, it is a situation of contraction of demand, buying less in response to increase in own price of the commodity. This movement of along the demand curve refers to extension or contraction of demand. What we have learned? Movement. See here, when the price falls down, the demand increase. It is expanding. As the price is falling down, has the same level, the demand is increasing. So it is an expansion of the demand. When we are seeing the price is falling down, when the price is increasing, demand is falling down continuously. So what we will be seeing there is a contradiction. The people start contraction of demand. Movements along the demand curve takes place by extension and contraction of demand. When we say extension of demand occurs when quantity demanded increases in response to fall in own price of the commodity. I think many times I said it will be by heart by you people in the same. So same paragraph is there. Movement, you have to remember, it will shift and according to the extension and the contraction of demand. Contraction of demand parallelly when the price increases, demand decreases. Shift in demand curve refers to all the such situation when demand for a commodity increases or decreases due to changes in other determinants of demand. So what we will be seeing, 2 points you remember for every time. Movements of demand and shifting in demand are two different things. Movement of demand takes place when there is own price. One determinant of demand is getting affected, that is the own price of commodity. But shifting of demand takes place when own price of commodity is stable. It is not changing. Other determinants are changing. So in the first movement case, other determinants are constant, only own price of commodity is changing. Because of that, the impact was there on the demand. But the second paragraph says that shift in demand occurs when there is a type of changes in the shift in demand happens when other determinants of demand are not constant. They are changing and only own price of commodity is fixed. Like for example, income of the person increases though the price change or not change, but they will be consuming more the goods what they like, so the demand for that goods will be increasing. Same way, when the people are having taste and preference according to the changing trend, though their income is not changed, their income is fixed, their own price of commodity is fixed, but has to go with the fashion, taste and preference, they will be purchasing and they will be increasing the demand of a particular goods. So what we are seeing there, a consumer may buy more t-shirts when his income rises, price of a t-shirt remaining the same. A consumer now draws his price demand schedule showing higher number of t-shirts against each possible price than before. Accordingly, the demand curve for t-shirts shift to the right. Likewise, when income of a consumer decreases, he may decide to buy less number of t-shirts. Price of a t-shirt remains constant. Means you can see there price of the t-shirt is not changing, but it is affecting because income of the person is going up and down. A fresh demand schedule is again drawn by showing lower number of t-shirts against each possible price than before. So this demand curve for t-shirts could shift to the left. Thus, owing to a change in factor other than own price of commodity, consumer demand curve may shift to the right or left. So movement is done up and down and shifting is done left to right. So let us proceed, students. If you have understood the shifting, it is very easy. There are so many determinants of demand which help us. The factors, what is determinant? The factors on the basis of which the demand is judged, like own price of commodity, related price of the goods, related commodities price, then the taste and preference, income of the person. These are the various determinants of demand. Once the following chart for a complete picture, movement along a demand curve, changes in quantity demanded takes place, extension, and one take contraction. Extension takes place when the price goes down and contraction takes place when the price increases, demand goes down. Shift in demand curve happens by two reasons. Change in demand, we will see. Decrease in demand or backward shift in demand curve, that is the demand shifting to the left side, you will observe. When increase in demand will be seen or forward shift you will be seeing in demand curve, it will say it is shifting to the right. So this point will help you more when the image is decrease and when the image is increase, caused by changes in factors other than own price of the commodity. Tabular and diagrammatic illustrations. Following are the tabular and diagrammatical illustrations of different situations relating to movements along a demand curve and shift in demand curve. Movements along a demand curve, when we see, students, movement along a demand curve refers to extension and contraction of the demand. These are caused by changes in own price of the commodity. We have already learned. Extension of demand, let us see. Downward movement along a demand curve. Extension, what has happened? Downward movement along a demand curve. Extension of demand, also called expansion of demand. It is a situation when quantity demanded increases in response to fall in own price of commodity. If you will remember, logically also you will see this only will be happening because this is the tendency of the consumer. When price falls down, they will purchase demand more. Extension of demand, when we see Px and Qx, we see price is y and the down is 1. Qx, quantity of x, when we see the price quantity of units, we see the quantity demanded is 1 and it is increased by 5. Description shows the fall in own price of the commodity and rise in quantity demanded. So price when it was 5, quantity demanded was 1. It was falling and when we see 5 to 1 means price fall down. For falling own price of commodity, what it result? Increase, rise in quantity demanded. So it is extension of demand. When the price of the goods is rupees 5 per unit, same thing which explain, nothing to see there. Let us have a graph of this extension of demand. This is the y-axis and x-axis. I won't draw over the line, and this is a 0. You can draw first. Now we remember when the price was 5. This is the price now. The heading price and quantity, you can see clearly. This diagram you just practice in your copy. Okay. When the price was 5, 0 to 5. Okay. When the price was 5, the demand was 1. And when the price falls down from 1, the demand increases to 5. The curve, this locus point, if you will join, what you are seeing? It is downward. First it started from here, so I am moving it down. So it is downward. Extension of demand curve always follows downward. Now contraction of demand, what you see there in the table. Contraction of demand, it says that contraction of demand happens when the price of when the own price of commodity increases, the demand for the goods decreases. Like for example, P price was 1, quantity demanded was 5. When the price increased to 5 rupees, quantity demanded falls down, falling quantity demanded 1. So here it is a contraction of demand. Okay, the demand is shrinking. What is the x and y axis? Up to 5 points we have taken because we need 5 both sides. I said you, if you will draw one more unit, it will be more clear the graph. Now it is like starting and ending point is joined, but it is not like that. You can add 6, 7, 8. That will be more beneficial. Up to 8 in this graph you have to take in both the side. After 5, 8, and this side 5, 8. Okay, have you understood what I made you understand? In the graph, what it was said, when the price was 1 rupee, it was started from here. When the price was 1 rupees, the demand was 5 units. Okay, then what has been said, when the price increases from 1 to 5, what is there? Shrinking of demand from here to this side it came. And now the curve, if we will make what, first here it started now 1 rupees and 5. So here we will make a curve upside. So what is making contraction of demand? What is happening? The demand curve is shifting upward, and it is showing the movement of demand. Now we will see a shift in demand curve. Shift in demand curve include forward shift and backward shift. Forward shift, you can say, in demand curve refers to increase in demand, while backward shift in demand curve shows decrease in demand. These 2 points you first write in your copy. That forward shift, when it happens, when the demand curve refers to increase in demand, while backward shift, when it happens, the demand curve refers to decrease in demand. Okay, when the demand decreases, there is a backward shift, and when the demand increases, there is a forward shift. Forward shift in demand curve, increase in demand. Forward shift in demand curve, increase in demand refers to a situation when quantity demanded of a commodity increases even when own price of the commodity is constant. In other words, increase in demand occurs when quantity demanded of a commodity increases because of the factors other than own price of the commodity. It is illustrated by table number 6 and figure number 8. Increase in demand, when it happens, when Px and Qx, you can see there. Pre-X 10 is there, constant is there, the quantity demanded is still increasing. It happens when like for example, number of population increases. What will happen? Quantity demanded will increase. Definitely, some of the situation, if the people find this is the right price when we can purchase more of the goods and keep for the future, then they will increase the demand. So what we will, so at the constant price, the demand is increasing. The price is not changing, but quantity demanded increase. That situation, I said 2 examples. When the population increases, second situation is there when the people find that the price is low, in the future it can increase, so now only we can purchase more quantity. So that time demand unnecessary increases. So in this increase in demand will show, what will be showing, I will be telling to you, as the data will show. First of all, tabular data, x-axis and y-axis you draw, and the 0. Now what here, 10 is the price when quantity demanded 20. So 10 is the constant price will be there, second line also constant, but I will take you one by one. 10 is in demand when quantity demanded is 20. Okay, now the same 10 is the price and quantity demand increases to 30. What you have observed in this particular line? Okay, so to demand here, anywhere it is not joining. So how the demand curve will be made? First demand curve was 10 to 20, so it is the first demand curve. Second demand curve here, D1 and D2. What? D1, from D1 it is proceeding to D2. It is forward shift. It is right shift. When it will happen? When increase in demand is there but price is constant. What will happen? Shifting of demand. Causes of increase in demand situation we will learn. A situation when demand curve shift forward. Important causes of increase in demand are as follows. Very first, when income of the consumer increases, when price of substitute goods increases, when price of complementary goods falls down, when taste of the consumer shift in favor of the commodity due to this fashion or requirement, when availability of commodity is expected to reduce in the near future. So these are the situation when the people in the constant price also shift their demand. They increase the demand. Backward shift in demand curve, whereas when we see decrease in demand. How backward shift? When at a constant price, it is happen in the given goods. When income is increasing, people want to shift their taste from inferior to superior goods. Backward shift in demand curve, decrease in demand curve refers to a situation when quantity demanded of a commodity decreases even when own price of commodity is constant. In other words, decrease in demand occurs when quantity demanded of a commodity decreases because of the factors other than own price of the commodity. Like for example, decrease in demand, price is 10. The second situation also price is 10, but QX you can see from 30 it has been declined to 30. Maybe people shifted their according to taste and preference in some another goods. Because of this goods X product demand is becoming less. So what we are seeing here, the demand curve, first A was there, 10 was the price, 30 demanded, then 10 is the price and 20 demanded. So what we have shifted, D1 was there first and it backward shifted. Okay, left side shifted. So this curve you will be getting when you will be forming when you are getting decrease in demand. So this was for today's topic, movement is shifting or demand. I hope you have understood. Thank you for today's and tomorrow I will try to complete the chapter. Up to this chapter only will be coming in the examination. Price elasticity of demand will be exempted from this exam. Term 2 it will be added up. Okay, thank you for today's class. Have a nice day.